What's up, guys? Hope everybody's having a good one. I'm Marco from Digital Dash, and today is currently March 4th, 2021. I just wanted to hop on here and make a quick video for you guys on how to trade these current market conditions that we've been seeing for the last couple weeks. There's been a lot of choppiness, a lot of selling off that's been taking place in QQQs and the S&P 500. So I know we have a lot of new traders, you feel me, and there's a lot of people who haven't traded through these conditions before. So what I'm going to be doing today is giving you guys a couple tips on how you can trade during these market conditions and protect your account, as well as showing you guys a couple of trades that I took that didn't turn out too well for me and made me take a step back and really reevaluate my trading plan and some of the strategies I was using going into the sell-off that we're experiencing. So let's take a look at it, hop right into this. Starting off here looking at SPY. As you guys can see, as of today, we recently broke below this major trend line coming from March lows of from last year. So this is pretty much confirming that we are now in a correction phase and we could go lower than what we have here. So this is something to look out for, something to plan for. And that's ultimately what I'm going to be talking to you guys about, some tips on how you can protect yourself against this and how you can trade in these conditions. So the first thing I want to talk about is when you have choppy market conditions like this, especially coming off a trending market like we've had for the past year, a lot of new traders tend to think that they could chase these big moves and chase these huge moves and we'll get a lot of continuation and a lot of momentum, and we haven't really been seeing that lately in the market. So my advice to you guys is pretty much take profit when you see profits. Don't try to chase every small move. Don't think that every move is going to be a huge play. You're going to be getting $5-10 moves here, because we're seeing a lot of pumps and then reversals happening pretty much. We might open, you might get a $1 move, you might get a $2 move, and you might end the day down $3. That's what we're seeing a lot happen here. There's a lot of indecisiveness in the markets, and so that's just my advice to you. If you guys see profits, you need to take profits as soon as you see it. I wouldn't recommend doing a lot of swinging, honestly, in this point. I'm gonna go over some examples I have with you guys. A couple positions I tried to swing, and it was the same situation. Like, I saw some green, and then the next day we either gapped down or we lost those profits that we had from the previous day. So that's something that I want you guys to look out for and not make the same mistakes that I have. When you see profits, make sure that you're taking profits, because nothing is guaranteed in these market conditions that we're seeing as of lately. Another thing I want to let you guys know is don't trade against the trend. I know personally for me, a lot of times I'm long biased, so I want to buy calls. And when you're in conditions like these, you got to make sure you're not fighting against the trend. If we're going down, you got to go down with it if you want to make money in these conditions. So I pulled up the Qs here, and the Qs, this is tech, massive selling off. So this is definitely something to look out for. But this is pretty much confirming we're breaking down below the 50-day moving average. This is pretty much confirming that we're correcting here, and we may even be going into a downtrend. So don't trade against the trend, guys. Don't be long biased like me. When it's time to switch over to those puts, make sure you're going short. You feel me? You're doing what you got to do to stay alive in this. And honestly, the best thing you guys can do if you are long biased and if you've never been in a situation like this is understand that cash is also a position. Cash is fine to have. If you're not seeing any high probability setups, do not take the trade. It's fine to sit on the sidelines. It's fine to just let this pass, let this blow over. Maybe go shopping for your long-term portfolio and do some investing instead of trading. Because situations like this, you can get burned quickly. You can lose a lot of your money quickly, and you're gonna have to work a lot harder to find high probability setups. Nothing is going to be. It's really hard to find plays in this climate that we're seeing recently. Like I said, you may have what I've been seeing recently is a lot of swing setups, a lot of long positions that look really nice to go long. You get in to go long, and the next thing you know, you're gapping down the next day, or it's turning around on you super quickly. So you gotta make sure you're prepared for these things like this, and you can't expect to see the type of trading that we've been seeing from the last year. There's a lot of new traders. There's a lot of people who haven't seen conditions like these, and you guys really think that stocks only go up. So that's not the case at all here, and that's what we've been learning. So I want you guys just to be protected and to understand what you're going up against. Like I said, this is more aimed at the new traders who haven't seen conditions like this and who haven't had experience with a correction like this before. So these are just some of the things to look out for. But now I'm going to go into showing you guys an example of some of the trades that I took that I was trying to go long on, and just to break down the things you should avoid and some of the things that happened to me. So let's look into this. Boom, I'm gonna start off with a weekly, bust this down. So we got UPS here, and as you can see, UPS is following this nice trend line. So it looks like it's time for it. It looks like we're due for a bounce. It looks like we're due for a reversal here. How I was playing this, I got in a couple days ago. Maybe I think it was March 1st I got in. Oh no, what is this? Yeah, this is March 1st. I was waiting for it to bounce off this trend line here, and this is the thing I was talking to you guys about. The setups that we're used to seeing, they look good, and they are good setups. Like this would have been a nice play. We got the bounce up. We saw momentum slowing down here. Lots of wicking. The downtrend looks like it was weakening here around here. We saw a couple days buyers tried to step in, but they were overcoming the sellers here. So we went for this bounce off this trend line, and we got it. March 1st we got it. We got in on the 26th when the markets opened back up on the March 1st. We saw some gains, and we could have took the gains here. We were still trading below the moving averages, so that's something to look out for. But with the choppiness of the markets the next couple days, we saw selling off right back down into the trend line when we were in profits before. So this is a trade that I took. I'm still in this position because my expiration date is pretty far out, but this is just an example. This just goes to show you when I say take profits when you see profits. There's nothing guaranteed. One day you're up, the next day you're selling off. You know what I mean? In these conditions, nothing is guaranteed. Let's take a look at A here, ticker symbol A. And this was another one following this trend, strong trend we've been following for the last year, coming down for those March lows, following this trend strongly. So when we came back down and pulled back down here, I tried to get in and go long. And what happened? We saw choppiness, lots of sideways action, and then today continue selling off. So and this is and tech was selling off. I showed you guys the Qs, how strongly Qs were selling off. So this was already a risky play in itself. This was probably something that I shouldn't have taken, but I ended up taking it here, and we got up before things got too gritty and too nasty for us. But this is just one of those things to show even these trends. This is a super strong trend for the last year, and we're breaking below the trend line. We're correcting here. So guys, definitely consider if cash is a position. If you guys don't know how to trade during these positions, if you guys are only used to going long and you aren't used to going short, then definitely take the time to sit out. Make sure you're studying up. Make sure you're back testing. Make sure you're doing your due diligence on stocks while they're cheap right now, so you can pick them up for your long-term portfolio, because you do not have to be trading in these conditions, especially if you're new. Just one or two bad trades in conditions like these can blow your whole account. So I'm cautioning everybody, make sure you're staying safe in these conditions. Study up, practice, and make sure you're equipped for whatever the market's throwing at you. Don't trade against the trend, guys. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next video.